What if I told you there's a close that takes 30 seconds and does more selling than 10 minutes of talking ever could? No fancy pitch, no memorized scripts, just a simple demonstration that makes the homeowner sell themselves. It's called the speed test close. And here's why it's so powerful. You can talk about fiber speeds all day. You can talk and explain gigabytes and latency and bandwidth, but the homeowner is sitting there thinking, my internet seems fine. They don't feel the problem. But when you pull out your phone and run a speed test on their Wi-Fi and show them they're getting a fraction of what they're paying for, now they feel it. Now it's real. Now they're looking at their bill differently. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to use the speed test as a closing tool, when to do it, how to frame it, and how to turn those results into a signed deal. Here's what we're covering. First, when to introduce the speed test. Timing matters. Do it too early and it feels random. Do it too late and you've already lost them. There is a sweet spot. Second, how to frame it so they actually want to do it. You're not testing their internet like it's a pass-fail exam. You're helping them discover something about what they're paying for. Third, how to use the results to close, whether the speeds are bad, okay, or even surprisingly good, because each scenario has a path to the sale. Let's get into timing. A lot of reps pull out the speed test right away, knock the door, say hello, hey, mind if I test your internet speed really quick? And the homeowner's like, who are you? Why? It's too fast. There's no context, no trust built. Other reps save it until the very end. They've done their whole pitch, homeowners on the fence, then they try to speed test as a last-ditch effort. By then, it just feels desperate. The sweet spot is in the middle, after you've built some rapport and identified that internet quality matters to them. Here's how the conversation should flow. You knock, you introduce yourself, you mention fiber's available in the area. Then you ask some questions. Who's home during the day? Anyone work from home? Kids doing school stuff or gaming? You're identifying how they use their internet. And somewhere in that conversation, they are gonna tell you something. Yeah, my husband works from home, his video calls are always freezing, or my son's always complaining that the Wi-Fi is slow and that his games are lagging. Or honestly, we're paying a lot and I'm not sure we're getting what we should be. Now that's your opening. You know what? Let me show you something really quick. Do you mind if I connect to your Wi-Fi for 30 seconds? I wanna see what you're actually getting versus what you're paying for. Now, the speed test makes sense. It's not random. It's a response to something that they said. They're curious, they wanna know, and when those results pop up, they mean something because you've already established context. Quick break. If you want the full system for fiber sales, I'm talking speed tests, objection handling, closing frameworks, you gotta check out our Fiber U certification program. It's everything you need to close more fiber deals. Links in the description. All right, let's talk about how to frame this. How you introduce the speed test matters. If you say, let me test your internet, it can feel like you're judging them, like you're about to prove their internet sucks and make them feel dumb for paying for it. Nobody wants to feel dumb. So they can get defensive before you even run the test. Top reps, they frame it differently. They position it as a discovery, not judgment. They make a homeowner curious about what they'll find, and they put the blame on the internet company, not the homeowner. That's a subtle shift that makes a big difference. Here's language that works. You know what's crazy? Most people have no idea what speeds they're actually getting. The internet company tells you one thing, but what shows up at your router is way different. Mind if I check your speed really quick? It's kind of eye-opening. So you notice what happened there? You didn't say, let me prove your internet is bad. You said, most people don't know, and it's kind of eye-opening. You're inviting them into a discovery. They're curious now. Here's another frame. I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. I just want to show you something about what you're paying for versus what you're getting. It takes 30 seconds, then you can decide if it's worth talking more about. Low pressure, you're giving them an out, but you're also teasing them that there might be something interesting to see. Most people will say yes. Once they do, pull up the speed test app on your phone, connect to their Wi-Fi, run the test, and let them watch. And here's a key thing. Don't say anything while it's running. Let the numbers speak. Let them see it for themselves. When the results pop up, pause for a second before you comment. Let them react first. Often they'll say something like, that's it, or that seems low. Now they've identified the problem. You didn't have to tell them. They told you. Once you've got the speed test results, you've got 3 possible scenarios. The speeds are terrible, the speeds are mediocre, or the speeds are actually pretty good. Most reps only know what to do with the first one. Bad speeds? Easy sell. But what about the other two? Top reps know how to use any result to move towards the close because speed is only one part of the story. Reliability, consistency, and value matter just as much. Let's break down each scenario. Scenario 1, speeds are bad. This is a layup. So you're getting 20 megabits down. You're probably paying for around 200. That means you're getting about 12% of what you're actually paying for. Fiber would give you a full gig 40 times faster than what you're seeing right now, and you'd actually get those speeds. The math does the selling there. They can see that they're being ripped off. Fiber becomes the obvious solution. Here's scenario 2. Speeds are mediocre. Not terrible, not great. Okay, 85 megabytes, that's not awful, but here's the thing. That's what you're getting right now with nobody else online. So what's gonna happen tonight when the whole family's home? When your husband's on a video call and your daughter's streaming and your son's gaming, that number drops fast. Fiber doesn't fluctuate like that. You get consistent speeds no matter how many people are on. You've shifted from speed to consistency. That's a real problem people experience, and fiber solves it. Here's scenario 3, where the speeds are actually good. This happens sometimes, but don't panic when it does. Okay, 180 megabytes, that's pretty solid. You're one of the lucky ones who's capable of performing decently right now. But here's my question. How reliable is it? How often do you have to reset the router? How often does it go out completely? Because speed's one thing, but fiber's real advantage is its reliability. I'm talking no outages, no dead zones, no calling customer service every other month. Now you've pivoted to reliability. Speed isn't the only selling point, guys. And when you ask about outages and router resets, most people have stories. That's your path to the close. No matter what the speed test shows, there's always an angle. Bad speeds, you're overpaying for garbage. Mediocre speeds, wait until everyone's online. Good speeds, how reliable is it? Every result leads somewhere. The speed test is simple. 30 seconds, one app, and it does more selling than any script ever could because seeing is believing. If you want to master this technique and everything else in fiber sales, you have to check out Fiber University. Links in the description. It's the complete certification program for fiber reps. All right, let's bring it together. The speed test is one of the most powerful closes in fiber sales. First, timing matters. Don't do it right away and don't save it for the end. You got to build that rapport first. Ask about how they use their internet. When they mention a pain point, that's when you offer to test. Second, frame it as a discovery, not a judgment. You're helping them see what they're paying for versus what they're getting. Put the blame on the internet company, not them. Make them curious about what the test will show. Third, use any result you get from the test to move towards the close. If it's bad speeds, show them the math. If it's mediocre speeds, talk about the consistency when everyone's online and using the internet. If it's good speeds, pivot to reliability and outages. Because every scenario has a path to the sale. Let their internet sell fiber for you. If this was helpful, please hit subscribe because we're dropping fiber sales content every other week. I'm talking real strategies that you can use at your very next door. And if you're ready for the complete system, check out Fiber University, links in the description. All right, go run some speed tests and I'll see you guys on the next one.